be reviewing a biographical sports drama film that came out in 2019 that is directed by James Mangold and that stars Matt Damon and Christian Bale, and that movie is Ford V Ferrari. Okay, so this movie has just started, and so far we just heard a mention of one of our titular automotive companies, the Ford Motor Company. Alright? We also just witnessed the first appearance of one of our main real-life characters, Carroll Shelby, who is a former race car driver, automotive designer, and builder, and who is here played by Matt Damon. My oh my, that is some serious car racing that we are seeing. Of course, the only car racing that I have done so far was on arcade car racing games at places like Chuck E. Cheese's. Ken Miles, our other main real-life character besides Carroll Shelby, who is a British race car driver played by Christian Bale, just informed his wife that she was driving too fast on the road. Sounds like a good way to get a speeding ticket, right? A car race over in France. Ooh la la! The race that they are talking about is the 24 Hours of Le Mans near the town of Le Mans, France, which is an endurance-focused sports car race, in case you are wondering. Yikes! The car that Ken Miles was in was unfortunately involved in a fiery crash, but luckily Mr. Miles survived and made it out of there alright. Mr. Shelby did some really fast race car driving in a GT40. That sure left Ford CEO in for a wild ride in it for a moment. Now we have shifted to Daytona International Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida. There we have found out that Ken Miles has won a race there. It sure felt great for Ken Miles to have won that car race in Daytona Beach. But then again, I will state that so far I have only done car races in arcade game form at places like Chuck E. Cheese's. Oh dear, Ken Miles just had to deal with a faulty door at the race in Le Mans, France. That must have been irritating for him to live with, I would bet. It is now raining where Mr. Miles is racing and also dark outside. That sure makes for some risky conditions for automobile racing, wouldn't you think? Ken Miles has just been cheered on from a distance and on TV by his wife and son. It must be exciting for him, I would assume. Ken Miles has told Carroll Shelby that he promised him the drive but not the win. That is being a good sport about not always winning, I would say. Ooh, Ken Miles has just died in a car crash that was caused by a mechanical failure. That must be a too bad for him and his family, right? As this movie draws closer to the finish line, we are finding out that Ford continued its winning streak at Le Mans in the late 1960s, even without Ken Miles, and that he himself was later posthumously inducted into the Motorsports Hall of Fame of America in 2001. Overall, Ford V Ferrari is a well-paced and acted-out racing biopic that delivers both high-speed auto action and gripping human drama. Join me next time when I review 1917. I'm James Mangold, your one and only movie reviewing secret agent out there.